So a family hands in a lost wallet and gets a surprise Pokemon anime cell in return.
What? Oh,
So this is a really interesting development.
want
It's a good one
that.
too. They got
Yeah.
all three characters.
Yes. So wait till you hear the story. So Twitter users search for the mystery person behind the gift that leads them to the original background artist 20 years later. If you're out on the streets of Japan and you come across a lost item, handing it over to the police in the nearest koban or police box is always the right thing to do. That's what Twitter user Chagashi and their family did around 20 years ago when they found a wallet while on a trip together, and it ended up rewarding them in ways they could never have imagined. While the family didn't expect anything in return for the good deed, according to Japan's lost goods law, owners are obliged to reward the finder with 5 to 20% of the value of the found item.
What the hell?
Right? Not everyone knows about this obligation, and it's not something that's expected. So Chagashi's family were surprised when they received 2 presents from the wallet's mystery owner. The gifts received were 2 cells from the Pokemon anime series.
Holy shit.
So am I the only idiot who thinks
They got the main trio and Team Rocket. Oh, lucky sons of bitch.
These
Damn,
are probably worth like 20 grand, right?
Oh my gosh.
Am I the only one that has the stupid thought that it's like, oh, they should re-release a Blu-ray where they scan that single frame in 8K, so then it just
Yes.
pops into existence for like.
You are the
and-
only one thinking that. After doing some research online, Chagashi discovered that the cells appear to come from Fly Me to the Moon, the 211th episode of the series, as indicated by the number 211 in the top left-hand corner.
Did we not get that over here because of licensing issues, perhaps?
That places these scenes in the second episode in Pokemon Master Quest, the 5th season of Pokemon, which was first broadcast in Japan on the 16th of August 2021. 2001, and in the US on the 21st of September 2002. When Chagashi's family received the cells, they would have been part of the most recent series, making them extremely valuable. That value has only increased over time as cells of Misty and Togepi on their own, without any background art, have been known to sell overseas for more than $1,310 US. These cells, however, feature not only Misty and Togepi, but their pal Brock and the series stars Ash and Pikachu. And there's also Team Rocket trio Jessie, James, and Meowth. With so many famous characters on these cells, all appearing from the waist up, and with background art included for each one, these would fetch a high price at auction. For a Pokemon fan like Chagashi, though, money isn't a consideration. These items have become prized family possessions. This piece comes with not one, but 3 cells above the background art. Now, this
I guess
is the
that makes
most...
sense.
I do not understand this at all.
Why?
Why the fuck is Ash on the top cell, Brock on the second cell, and Misty on the bottom cell?
What?
Misty is in front of both of them.
Yeah.
Brock is cut. He's put on top of her backpack and cut out. Why did you not just put her on top of him?
Oh, I thought you were questioning why they made 3 separate layers, and I'm like, it makes sense though, because yeah, they can just overlay it, but when you put it that way, yeah, that's retarded.
Right? This one includes Jessie's open mouth on a separate layer, suggesting it was used to animate her as she spoke, right? So the open mouth one and the closed mouth one. So the open mouth is just the lips, covering up the...
Well, you can't use the closed mouth one now.
Right? Yeah.
It was after a messy. It was after a messy lip job.
Grapefruit session.
Chagashi has grown up... what's up?
I was just going to say paint transfer is unfortunate.
Yeah. So Chagashi has grown up appreciating the hand-drawn images, saying they've long admired the skill and technique involved in producing them, right down to the greenery on the trees in the background scenery. When Chigashi shared the images of the cells on Twitter, along with the story of how they received them, they also asked the tantalizing question, who was it that dropped their wallet?
Yeah, can we find more wallets, please? We'll return wallets.
Chigashi says all they've been able to find out about the person who sent the cells to them. Why didn't you just write down the person's name?
Right? No, please.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you don't know that they're going to give you anything good that you need to remember their name.
Yeah, but anyway. Chigashi says all they've been able
my wallet. Here's 20. Thank you for finding it. Holy shit.
Chigashi says all they've been able to find about the person who sent the cells to them was that they were involved in the anime in some way. However, through the power of Twitter, Katsumi Takao, one of the artists who painted background scenery for the Pokemon anime series during the early 2000s and for subsequent movies as well, appeared on Chigashi's thread saying, quote, "How nostalgic. My niece informed me about this. At that time, I was in charge of the background art. As far as I can tell, I touched this one up and checked it. Cells with background art could only be pressed around people in very senior positions. Could only be passed around people in very senior positions. So it's likely that the person who gave it to you was in a senior position. Please take good care of it. I also have some left at home." This was an unexpected development that led to a warm and lengthy exchange between Takao and Chigashi, who is also an artist, although their specialism is in graffiti style paintings. Oh, interesting. Takao, right below, is always keen to help artists, as he often uploads drawing tutorials on his YouTube channel. Their conversation went something like this. Chigashi, the person who drew the background. Thank you for the very valuable information regarding those who were involved at this time. I looked at how you used the blue color in the background and in the greenery and also the cliff rocks and thought it was very beautiful. I even smelled the painting materials. Thank you for making such a wonderful work.
Who needs paintings when you got some fresh cells?
That's weird.
Takao replied, "Thank you. The painting materials used at the time were toxic. Were Nika poster colors. Tomorrow, I'll meet the director, Mr. Yuyama, regarding another matter, so I'll ask about the wallet, LOL. Kunihiko Yuyama has been in the director's chair for the Pokemon franchise since 1997. Here's a cameo of him. Chigashi said, I thought it smelt like the paint I used at art college, but it was poster colors. It's really beautiful. Thank you for asking about the wallet. I think it was about 20 to 21 years ago." Takao says, "Yes, it was around 21 years ago, wasn't it? I started working from episode 2, but I remember it well. I was wondering how many years ago this was, so I'll ask about it for you." Several hours after posting the above image, Takao posted an update. "I couldn't chat at the meeting, so I asked Yuyama about the cells by email, but he said it wasn't him." Damn! I was going to get real good. "It might be someone at Shop Pro, a Shop Pro producer, a Show Pro, Shogakukan Productions, a Show Pro producer who looked after the Pokemon movies, retired last year, so I haven't had a chance to talk with him. However, if I get a chance to talk to him at a cast party, I'll ask him about it. Shogakukan Shueisha Productions, or Show Pro, as they're commonly called, produces and markets Pokemon anime movies and merchandise." The cow went on to say, "Given what life is like these days, it might take some time to talk to him. There's one other person it might have been, a director during the early days of Pokemon, but he died in his early 60s last week. So I can no longer ask him about it. At this point, Takao seemed just as curious as Chigashi to find out who the mystery person behind the gift was. Chigashi thanked him profusely for his time, while also asking about the process by which staff were able to procure cells, especially ones like these with background scenery that are hard to find. Takao replied, "Actually, I used to throw away a lot of cells and backgrounds. Sometimes I'd get a box of cells to divide among staff, but only ever a few." He went on to say, "A very long time ago, when the president of a company I previously worked at was drawing black and white backgrounds for Astro Boy, the cell was wiped clean after it was photographed and then used again a few times before being burned. He used to laugh about how well the cells burned. It seems that things aren't as well controlled as they used to be."
Money's so flammable.
Well, celluloid is rare. So back in the day, they would scrape the paint off of it and use it again because they didn't have enough of it. It was too expensive.
Don't misunderstand my joke. It's that those things are worth a lot now, and they could
Yeah,
be
they
selling
are.
them, but they burn them. So money burns so well.
It's like the guy who spent what was it like 600 Bitcoin on a pizza? Heading back to the topic of Chigashi cells, Takao said, quote, Pokemon cells like the ones you have are valuable because you couldn't receive them unless you were a senior employee of the company. With that, the mystery of the owner of the lost wallet remains unsolved for now. It's heartening to know that Pokemon insider Takao is still on the case, though, and the story brought a ray of sunshine to anime fans who left comments like, wow, I envy you for having Pokemon cells. This is really an amazing story. It's a gift from the heavens. I'm an animator, but even I can't get colors. Even I can't get cells of artwork. Those two pieces contain all the main characters, so I think it would have to be a director, a producer, or someone high up in the production process. This thank you gift is definitely worth more than 5 to 10 to 20% of anything that could have possibly been in their wallet. The gift of not one, but 2 original Pokemon artworks with multiple cells is an incredibly kind gesture that shows just how happy the owner must have been to be reunited with his lost wallet, which for many creatives can be their lifeline, whatever that's going to be. Now we'll just have to wait and see if Chigashi and Takao are able to follow the clues and solve the mystery, maybe with a little help from Pokemon fans along the way. So feel free to spread the word, and if you or someone you know has any leads on for this adventure, be sure to let us know. Okay. So let's find... Oh, this is the most bullshit linked article. You couldn't think of anything else to link, so you put this long wallet or bifold. What your wallet says about you. No, fuck that.
Oh my god.
All right.
My wallet's the minimalist wallet.
It's definitely the guy who died last week to get the
yeah, definitely right.